Okay, everybody. Hello and welcome back. We're going to be taking on this bleeding castle. Hoping for the best here. As you see, last night I reached a point I just could not continue anymore. Was a little tired, but thank you to all my people that came in and checked out. There were 14 or 15 viewers for that stream last night, and near and dear to my heart. Oh, you want to do that? Here's one for you. So we're here at SCOURGE. We're at STORMVEIL Castle now. Last night I think we went through and got a couple of the shortcuts unlocked, which was pleasant. Means that we don't have to do too much today. So this is a nice area. It's moderately reminiscent of Bloodborne with the explosive barrels and the fire traps around here. Ooh. Big fan of the stagger mechanic for these enemies in Elden Ring. I think one of the more niche mechanics that people haven't really taken up on yet is the poise for enemies as you go throughout the game is generally matched to where you are. So if you hit an enemy, they will stagger if you're in the right area for your level. Come on here, guys. You can do better than that. Hit this barrel. There you go. Straight up the old side. Yeah, I think we died to that. There's a enemy that looks sort of like a Boulder Knight from Dark Souls 2. We died to him yesterday. There's a little surprise for you. I think we've been all the way around to explore these two balconies so far. Yeah, there were an item there, and then there was an item on the far side. That was useless. He, as they say in the trade, does not F about. Last night it took me a couple of tries to get past this guy. I don't think I did it. I just called it at the end of it. As these souls on the stairs will tell you. But I like that about the enemies. They're adaptive, so everyone that you meet has something interesting, something different about it. Well, that's a little worrying. That shows that we're going to be fighting a crossbow enemy very soon. So I expect another mad lad dash across some open ground. I think the Cheer of the Hunter is one of the better ways that they've been able to show long-range battle in Soulsborne games. That was a horrible fight. He sits atop a massive tower with his chain gun, which, again, unrealistic. Unrealistic. That's another thing about Cheer of the Hunter. I have it in for him. I know if you come in from the other direction, he's a nice guy, but unfortunately, I killed Eileen the Crow the first time I'm out. Yeah, Jura was unfortunately leading for the same path. Okay. But yeah, quick shout outs. A friend of mine got hurt a couple of months back, and I was reminded yesterday I haven't done quite as much as I could to stay in touch and check on him, make sure he's doing okay. But I got the news that he's doing fine, which is good. Had a nice chat with him recently. I had a chat with a friend of mine from the UK. He's happy, which I tell you, people where I grew up is a rare occurrence. And that brought a lot of peace to my soul having a chat with him the other day. I want to say a quick thank you to my other half, without whom I probably wouldn't be here. Quick shout out to my therapist. Y'all are hilarious and I love you. Christopher Lamarck, founder of Coffee, Hip Hop, and Mental Health in Chicago. He's just had a baby, so I wish all the best for him and his missus. This guy, though. F off. And that was luck. Okay, so what are we looking at? Finally, yeah, excellent. Side of grace. I knew I was about a second away from one of these. $5,228. Oi, 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 oi. That's a little bit of an expensive upgrade. My off is currently at the local art store. Just looking at baking supplies. It's a weird thing for you to get some sense of joy over, but I don't know, she's a happy creature off to get baking supplies. It's one of the things I never really got into. I found I could cook as a cook because it was all about combining flavors, and growing up around 365 languages and dialects, we just kind of knew what everything tasted like. I had about a million aunties who would feed me everything from ackee and saltfish to curry. You know, truly just wonderful place to grow up. So I could cook. It was easy. But baking, nah, that required so much patience, time, energy. My elf, on the other hand, is an incredible baker. Apparently, it's all about following the instructions. Maybe I'm just not built for that. Hey, Gas, how you doing? What's the good news? How are you doing? I figured I would come in and see what you were up to today. Yeah, that Destiny looks a lot like Borderlands, eh?
A lot like Borderlands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel it's like a nice mix of like Borderlands and like Halo.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I definitely got that feeling.
Just, like this is the first time I actually like bought the full game, so there's actually a story now. And I'm just like freaking I'm
Okay.
lost in this game now. Holy.
Yeah, he's telling me. That said, I was like, oh yeah, I'm fully behind in Elden Ring. I've only streamed 20 hours in 4 days.
I was just like, I haven't streamed in a while. I was just like, no, let me just put in a couple good sessions and see what happens.
Yeah, I was noticing you were playing a couple of different titles. I played 3 different ones yesterday. Holy crap. I'm getting sent a list of these baking things. Do you know, like these baking shapes, like stars and robots and things? And there's a bloody millipede one. Gross. It's horrible.
Maybe. Oh boy, not okay.
Yeah, so it's good to see you back to streaming. Yeah, I popped on. I figured I'd check out what you were up to as I was coming on anyway. So run in and give you a wonderful sound check.
I was like, I haven't done a sound check in a minute. I thought it was good, but I forgot that I turned it down sometimes.
Yeah,
It's too loud in certain games.
as it. I was playing Overcooked with my
Oh
love
my
the other day, and
gosh,
I
this
didn't
looks absurd.
realize. Oh
Oh,
yeah, I missed the
is
ones at
that
the beginning of the game that
sword
used to
for
run away.
free?
Yep, and it goes around the back of your shield. Ah, yeah, yeah. I prefer the one that was yellow and used to live on Sesame Street. I think I could have Elmo out here, but there's no.
Actually, did you ever apply for the reserves?
I have a hernia in my abdomen. It's the size of Texas right now, and I
Size of
haven't got.
Texas.
Yeah, I haven't got surgery for it, and I'm trying to figure out if it's strangulated or what. But it's
If you can get a
causing.
whole, but like that's like one of the surgeries that they're like they'd be like they'd wait tell you to wait for, right?
Yeah,
Like,
depending on how further ahead it is. Yeah, so like, given that I was also smoking at the time, it's not great for like it causes strangulation, right? Because it increases the size of the
a hernia.
whatever's trapped on the other side of the abdominal wall.
Okay.
So after that, it's potential to get gangrene, which is just any kind of general infection.
That's why you were losing weight before, right?
Yeah, yeah. So as I was eating, it was like hurting my stomach to pass through. So
Mm.
I just end up taking like really small bites, and I eat like 6 times a day now. I never thought I'd understand.
You just have to eat smaller meals if you're gonna eat.
Yeah, loads of time. Yeah. Oh man, two of them.
No, because my thing was just for because if you were in the reserves, you'd be going to Ukraine right now.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a problem for me. I like if
You'd be on a
Russia
free trip to the
involves.
Ukraine.
Yeah, well, if Russia invades Poland, I'll go back and serve in the UK because I can lie about the hernia there. But if they reach Poland, I have
I don't think they're ever gonna go that. I don't think they're gonna go that far.
yeah. I mean,
I don't
looking
think
right
that
now,
guy's. He's just he's just doing his thing. I'm doing his thing.
yeah,
He's
I
alright.
that's true. That's true. I mean, it's another one of those cases, right? Britain was able to leave. Well, Brexit happened because a bunch of old British people were like, "Oh no, 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 back up, back up," because a bunch of old British people were like, "I want it to be like it was when I was a kid," you know. Putin sitting there like the USSR. Oh, I want it to be like when I was a kid, when we had 15 countries. 20 minutes in line for bread. Builds character.
And they're like they're not even they're not doing anything terrible, you know. Let me
Yeah,
just let me just take care of this. I can take care of everyone. Uh,
there you go. One back.
why am I burning right now?
Oh, I have had that strange sensation too, my friend. I was playing a Dark Souls game, so I was sort of expecting it.
But it was gonna be jokes because I was gonna try and play overseas.
That was what I was thinking, yeah. So,
I was gonna go to the Ukraine. So I'm looking at this going like, God damn, okay, these guys are.
yeah. I mean, you're a tall lad, my friend, and a pretty blatant target out there. So I'm glad that you're still over it. Sometimes you go, hang on a minute, that's a blessing in disguise. Never feels like it at the time, and I can tell you, when you're laid off, it definitely doesn't. But
Right now, I can tell you, it definitely does. Oh my goodness gracious! Okay.
you mobile around? Can you move around?
I'm able to move around now.
That was
So
a horrible
not,
injury. Yeah, I don't.
I never Achilles. Yeah, I never thought about that one. That was one of the shocking ones for sure.
Yeah, it's a long recovery too. That was why when I looked it up immediately and wanted to, you know, provide some relevant information. And yeah, it's like, oh, that's a
It's
long
like a
time to be
year.
out.
But then I
Yeah.
saw Cam Akers, and I was like, okay, Cam,
Yep.
if you said it's 6 months, it's gonna be 6 months.
Oh yeah.
Even though he probably has $1 million of
Tetrahydro.
resources.
Tetrahydron 03. He's got his blood coming out of his body, being spun in that tube and shot back inside like Martellus Bennett. It's just secretly Frankenstein. They took Von Miller's arm and leg and replaced it.
Tom Brady's 45. You know he's doing this.
Oh, for sure. There's a movie back in the day about clones that were being raised for
Oh yes, I remember that movie.
yeah, okay. So that's what Tom Brady's been doing.
They were on the
On
island.
the island, yeah. It's called the island. There you go. Yeah, that's it. Tom Brady, he's got a bunch of non-strawberry eating clones. Just
I just gotta call the island real quick. Maybe it'll be a shorter recovery. There we go.
Yeah, so we'll call him up. That's why Tom Brady can't eat strawberries. You see, it messes up his clones, and his arm just stops working all of a sudden, and he can't throw the ball.
Yeah, don't worry. Tom Brady will be back next year. He'll be like, he's just gonna say like, this is my life.
Yeah, I have a feeling he's going to do a TV show.
TV show?
Yeah, I mean,
he's definitely doing a movie. I can tell you that.
Oh, for sure, Ted 3.
If Kurt Warner got a movie, Tom Brady.
Oh, for sure. And you know that guy in Modern Family, the dad, Jay Pritchett, used to be in the NFL as well, like a long time NFL player.
Really?
Yeah, it's about 15, 20 years. He played for the Steelers during the big bad Steelers days.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he went to be an actor. He was in Full House.
Yeah. Not Full House. Is that Full House?
Oh no, the Full House knockoff.
You gotta be honest. It is
Full House. All right, that's actually, my friend, I finally found a useful individual in this game. I picked a class for this that was supposed to have some sort of magical ability, and I completely
a bit of both.
Yeah, a bit of both. And until this guy, all of the skills that I've needed, like they're all. So you have faith and you have arcane. I used arcane because in Bloodborne, that's like the cool stuff that makes all the sides come spinning around you and that. But in this one, I haven't found a single person willing to teach me a useful skill for that yet. So everyone's like, "Oh, come here, my faithful," and I'm like, "Faith? I got none of that shit. That's not, guys. show me the thing that spits the fire and makes blood pop out of people."
Teach me the ways, please.
Yeah, exactly. Teach me the ways. Capital T W.
I don't want to do it though. Oh crap. Okay. Oh, here we go. guy's gotta. I'm gonna give you the date right now.
Excellent.
So the date is gonna be, I think it's. Let me just look it up. Did you get the breaks away from me? Oh, really? April 2nd.
April 2nd for your recovery.
Gotta be. No.
What's the day of April 2nd?
Just make sure you're free April 2nd.
Okay, we'll do. We'll do, my friend. We'll do.
That's all.
Come on. Yeah, I should be free April 2nd. I don't think I have... Oh, I'm getting a... Shit, man. Going back to college.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Which, like Centennial or just like...
I think I'm going back GB. George Brown, I think. But I'm going... Found a course that appeals to early. I'm going to go back and be an addictions counselor. Yeah. So...
Long road, but that sounds really interesting.
Thank you.
I'm back. I went back to Seneca just for
Excellent.
computer programming because
Brilliant. Business analyst is a great place to be right now. The salary's top of the line. You can pretty much work whenever you want.
Everyone, yeah, like especially with everyone being able to work from home, it just seems like something that like.
Well, a friend of mine currently, he just got his standing desk paid for by the bank he works for. They came to his house under quarantine with their masks on, and we're like, "Oh yeah, let's just install this desk in the side of your house, lad." Man, business analysis is where it's at.
We're going to get you your desk ready.
We are going to do that for you because you have back pain, despite the fact that you have a couch right there.
You know you sleep on the couch during your workday, but we won't say anything. You know, we'd be rude.
The installers come in, the house reeks apart.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what was it? So recently, my mom has started to get more into pot over the pandemic.
I think a lot of people have.
For sure. Oh, for sure.
Wonderful.
It's better. It's better for like healing wise, like what she kind of wants. Like
well, what you get from it is the
prescription drugs.
Well, opiates. Yeah, what I was going to say is the way they're classified right now is that the THC marijuana comes in just underneath opiates, and on both the addiction scale. Yeah, on both the addiction scale and the amount of damage they do to your body. So, opiates and all of those chemicals will do horrible things to your insides, ulcerate your liver, kidneys.
Like even though I got some when I was for my surgery, and it wasn't fun. It wasn't like
no.
It's
not what like. It's not something you do for the gigs, yeah. Especially when you're like my brother, when he came out of surgery for his knees both times, they said you either turn into one or two people. You turn into the stoner or the action hero. The action hero doesn't want to take any drugs, doesn't want to, he's just going to fool his way through it. And the stoner just takes too many and lays upon the couch, and then the muscle atrophies. This is the same guy who wheeled my brother out of the surgery room while he was pretending he was riding a horse, and he said, "Charge!"
At this point, the brother's just looking at him, going like, "What the heck is going on?"
That was before I wheeled him out in the wheelchair to the lobby. He saw this guy, turned to me and said, "James, the cherries are coming," and then just poof, 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 pretend to be an anti-air gun.
Oh boy, you're feeling it when.
Yeah. Oh, he was out of it.
It's crazy. Again, I just didn't like it.
Yeah, it's a very
time too.
Yeah, it's a very lonely experience. Like, generally, I find when people want to use, want to, it's about companionship, right? Being less alone, and when you use opiates, is not only is it a tough, lonely experience, it's also like, how do I? Yeah, it's you watch Euphoria.
Not yet.
Yeah, it's tough. It's really tough to watch. The first episode, I like made me feel a little sick, hard to get through, but a very
Was it
personal
like
topic.
were you able to like not I wouldn't say like relate, but would I
Yeah,
guess like kind of relate.
100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
that whole first episode is it's a tough one. I mean, you the character stuff they deal with is very realistic. Like
Hmm.
I found some of the characters you're intended to find yourself a little bit in all of the characters, right? Like there's one
Hmm.
character who's a little
It's
bit
a
of a
TV
skank,
show, yeah.
yeah. One character who's like overly aggressive. One person who's, but they're not like traditionally good people or character castings as you would see. One of them is incredibly manipulative, but I found it's a very real kind of take on what
High school's like
now, yeah, like it goes sort of hand in hand with what I've been saying about how lost these kids really do feel. And I think I was lucky enough to come from a generation of people that had, oh geez, old ass gangsters to teach us the rules and tell us to keep the trouble away from where you lived and teach us the rules. And it was easier. It's not easy, believe me. Like growing up without Jack wasn't easy, but it was easier than people have it now. After that, say around the 90s, the war on drugs got really turned up. So as a result, we didn't have any of those people that were there before. People who went to prison, people stopped giving a shit.
hmm
And then we're left now with a bunch of people who are self-involved, manipulative, only care about number one because there was no one to teach them to do anything else, you know?
Well, I feel like it's like it's A because if there was no one there, but also because like the social media age is
For sure.
such a problem. It's
What I
such a
say,
problem right now.
you had no guidance, and then the things that you want out of life have now changed. I mean,
Well, you do like they did like they didn't have guidance at home, so the guidance they turned to was
it was online.
online.
Correct. That's a better way of putting it. Much better. Yeah, I've I've s- I've found it with people like the Facebook and Instagram generation. There's a lot of like, I find receipts to be stupid as another comment that people make. Like, I know people who used to keep catalog screenshots of everything. Oh my God. Like, just to prove a point. And I'm like, okay, but at that point, there are hundreds of times when I've been mad at people and been like, oh, you ain't worth jack. Like, did I mean that? Probably not. Are
But
they
at
going to
the
keep it
time,
for a later date?
yeah,
Obviously. Like,
you
this
can't piss
whole.
off anyone because they'll just
Exactly.
you'd be like,
Exactly.
do you remember on Tuesday, March 16th, 2016, you
Where
called me a
were you?
bitch? Like, yeah, I
I
remember
remember
that.
on Tuesday, 16th, you were.
It was a worthy calling of a bitch. So I called you. So,
Like,
are you
I'm
mad at
not,
me for that?
but this is the thing. Like, you can't. The accountability is also gone, right? Like, I would tell you 100%. If I've been problematic, or if I've been a pain in the ass, or I've been difficult, I'll tell you straight up. Look, I'm willing to admit that. Okay, I've not always been a gem.
But some of these people,
Yeah.
they do not hold themselves accountable for that. They're just like,
No, I don't, and I think that's it's much easier, especially I found you in Canada. If you want to make a change at your job, it's just going to be a mad moment. Ha! Oh, that's crap. Oh, that's crap. Anyway, made that jump. But where was I? What were we just talking about, my friend? Sorry, I got distracted by trying to make a ridiculous jump.
Receipts, I believe?
Receipts? Okay, we're at receipts. Crazy. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's just, it was the guy from Shang-Chi that everyone went mad on. And he said, look, you went and found tweets from donkeys years ago. I'm not the same person I was then. And I was an idiot back then. Like,
The main guy?
yeah, I didn't see what,
The guy from
he actually said.
Yeah,
I didn't see anything.
man,
But,
he was in Kim's Convenience?
yeah.
Great show.
He was in Convenience, yeah. I thought it was brilliant. I've seen
Yeah,
seen
I
that
just
kind of
watched
bunch.
it. I went to Regina to see Taya,
Oh, yeah.
and like I literally binge watched the whole series that week. I was just like, this is golden.
It's brilliant. I love the guy as well. He's on the lead. Kim is on Dragon's Den as well, Mr. Kim.
On
And
what?
he's in Dragon's Den. He's the Canadian version. He's the host.
Oh, the
So he
host.
comes on.
I
Yeah.
thought he was like one of the dragons. I was like, okay.
Oh no! If he was one of the dragons, that would be a whole nother story. Mr. Kim, I'd like you to invest in my convenience store.
I know you know how it works. Just asking for this much money because
I'm just asking for. Yeah, I need to make my shipment. Oh, what's this? New item. Raise focus. Charge tax. Oh, excellent. Yeah, no, he's brilliant. How was trip out to Regina?
It was good. It was good.
Yeah, good. We went out there.
She's coming like that weekend. That's why I was like,
Oh, excellent. No worries. I got you. Yeah, I have.
it's
Yeah.
like do something for my birthday weekend.
Yeah, that just came and went for me. Did bugger all. But definitely, I will make some time for you. Finally, we will be outside and moving around again. I think it's been, yeah, we've been trapped up inside for way too long.
I'm getting way too on my blunts.
Yeah. Man, glassware has been savaging.
Yeah, when I went out there, I bought her a new glassware. I was like, here, that's what she needs.
It is. Yeah. Well, to be honest, yeah. And if you're going to be spending all that time out there, my friend, it is.
Something she needs, you know.
It is. It is. It is. This is a gift from me to you, for you, from me, that I'm also going to use.
Yeah. I'm looking for something to use while I'm here, and this is gonna be it.
I'm not making that punchline. That was a very dark joke.
Thank you for letting me use it. It's not
Whoa.
yours, it's mine.
Yep.
Oh my.
And this one spits fire.
I was just like, what?
I don't know. From software.
This is for Game of Thrones, right? This is like essentially.
Yeah, the Game of Thrones. Yeah, he made it and then was like, yeah, I basically gave the guy all the information, and these guys took half a decade to build it.
Oh my. This game took half a decade? Oh.
Yep.
My gosh.
Yeah. Well, that's why I understand why the original Dark Souls looked the way it did and played the way it did, because it just took them forever to make it. And I think I've just skipped this whole area. It
But
was
honestly, I'd prefer that. I'd prefer that to what's it called? That game called
oh shit.
Cyberpunk. The Cyberpunk
Yeah,
fiasco.
yeah. I felt
I was hurt by that. I was
I
really hurt.
was I was. I didn't actually end up getting it. I just got it now.
It's better. It's better now. Yeah, it's able
I
to
got
direct
I got it after
playable now.
1.5. But yeah, when it first came out, I mean, I still had the glitch where if you change your clothes before you go to sleep in the first mission, you wake up naked. So I was just out there slapping both knees, wandering around Night City. The police like, "Excuse me, can you put some clothes on?" And I said, "Excuse me, I don't know what you're talking about. This is the Emperor's new clothes. I'm wearing them."
I don't know what you're saying, but I have clothes on.
They said only simpletons couldn't see them.
It's like, only citizens can't see them.
No,
Not
no, no. I'm good. I am. What the hell is that?
no, 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 no. You're not playing that. The
That's the
crab
painting.
spider? What
I
is that?
I don't
Oh,
know.
it's
They have
coming
a
after you
thing.
though. It has multiple
Oh,
swords. Oh, and it jumps.
and it jumps. Let's see if I do. I need any help here? Oh. I don't even know where behind it is. Okay, let's get him stuck in that corner. Interesting. So, if I forego this shield here, I've been waiting for another weapon of the same size. Because if you let go of the shield, you can put another sword or another whatever in it, and it gives you a unique set of moves.
Easy different stat.
Yeah. So I used to use when I played Dark Souls 2, because I could not be bothered with trying to actually play the game in its effective way. I decided to put 2 axes on and run through that way. But
That sounds awesome though.
yeah, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. And I got halfway through the game and didn't realize the weapons that I had were really good for PvP. So what do you think of the Super Bowl this year? Just realized we hadn't even had a chance to talk about that.
It was beautiful. Like the whole playoffs was absolutely wonderful. I can just imagine when you watched Buffalo,
Cincinnati.
Kansas City,
Yeah.
with your family, how hurt those guys.
Oh man, yeah. Don't even. It was one of those. Oh, we're just not going to talk about this. This is going down in the annals of family history as a moment that doesn't exist. Like the Pats losing to Philadelphia. That Super Bowl never happened, man.
Never happened. Never happened. I was just watching it. I was like, oh, there's no time left. And then I was mad for them because I was like,
I said that
guys,
3 times.
15 seconds. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yet
Well,
the Cowboys couldn't
it's the
get
Buffalo
down
way.
the field in 3 seconds. Come on.
Yeah. Mind you, yeah. No, I said the exact same thing when I saw sort of voice playing. I was like, yeah, no, don't worry, they've got this. It's good. Easy money.
There's no time left on the clock. They got this.
Well,
got this.
man, the Bills. My dad has a theory that the Bills like to play football up until the last 5 minutes of every game, just to give just to give everybody the fair opportunity to fight back, because the Bills are the worst team in existence for a while. So
literally, it's just like, yo, you guys had. The game was over.
The game was done.
Over.
All you needed to do was throw everyone in your safety back into. You know what? You could have just put 11 men on the line, and that would have been that problem solved.
It's like yeah, that, and then like it's just like, yo, do you guys not realize like
How big of a deal this is? Yeah, like you've never won one. It was
They should have won it, but like I also believe that they shouldn't have won it because they're the Bills.
Well, yeah, it contravenes everything that they know to win. So,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. So
Plus, the
yeah,
city of Buffalo would have risen into the sky from the sheer power of belief, floated somewhere over near Detroit, and then resailed. It's the 1001th island.
and yeah, but like yeah, everything about like that whole playoff run for like I was just like enthralled by like every game. I was just like, okay, I'll watch this. And
Oh,
then
Easton
yeah,
was
my
reporting
Cowboys
on him.
got knocked out, and then I was just like, I'm not gonna watch it anymore. But
But I wish you all the well.
stupid teams, you know what it is.
Yeah, well, I, you know me, I'm a pretty petty human at times, or I'm trying to be better now. I used to be a petty human, used to be a petty human, and but when it comes to football, that's the only place that I really have my pettiness left. So anytime Indianapolis lose, yep, that's going up on the cheering scale.
Oh,
But I can't
when
root
they
for Cincinnati as a team,
really?
regardless. Yeah, no, can't do it, man. I've watched Cincinnati lose to every single worst team in existence. Every team that's supposed to be the worst team in the league, they win one game that year, and it's against Cincinnati. Cincinnati could end with a 13-3 record. The three teams they lose to, I mean, the Indianapolis Colts, Denver Broncos, Detroit Lions.
Yeah, for the life of me, I just didn't see Cincinnati winning that game. I was just like,
No,
they're
I
gonna
couldn't.
do something, and they're just gonna give it up.
Oh yeah, it was. I knew. I couldn't. I just couldn't. There was no way that my brain was going to wrap its head around supporting Cincinnati in the Super Bowl. I mean,
Okay,
congratulations on them for getting it done, but no, no.
it's not about even supporting. I was just like, I don't like you guys. Like
Oh
I love the players because like Joey B,
yeah, what they
God,
did was fantastic. I say
like yeah, their
they did really
drafting,
well.
the way they drafted, perfect. You know, got who they needed. Joey B was like, I want this guy. They're like, okay, we'll go out and get him.
Yeah.
Wow, beautiful. I feel like
Well, that young wide receiver as well. Everybody has their.
oh. He's like it's him and Jefferson right now that are gonna like in like 5 years they're just gonna take over the league.
Was it Chase? Who am I thinking of? Jamar Chase and Chase. Yeah, man.
Not Chase
I
Claypool. I know you're not
Chase
talking
Claypool.
about Chase Claypool.
No, no.
You're not talking about Chase Claypool.
Jamar
Hate that
Chase.
guy.
Who was the quarterback in?
Joey B.
Yes, there you go, Joe B. You're right. Sorry, yeah. Man, between the pair of them, they've had a ridiculous season. I don't know what it is about these. I thought that was a
LSU
dud
boys.
quarter. Yeah, well, LSU boys, and then so I thought that was a pretty dud quarterback class that the Buffalo Bills quarterback came out of. Jeez, the
Oh,
last
Allen.
year they just tore up the league. Yeah, that quarterback class was Allen, the guy who then went to the Jets, the guy
Except for
in
the guy who went #1 overall.
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, how many number one overalls have we seen that turned out to be truly wonderful?
Uh,
Moss went sixth, right?
who?
Randy Moss went sixth.
Yeah.
The Vikings called him and he said, "I'm not going to be on the board that long."
Because like that,
Savage.
like Josh Allen's draft class year was Baker Mayfield went 1, Donald went 2
Yep.
to the Jets. There was the guy who went to Arizona. He's out. He's nowhere now. Lamar Jackson, Allen.
Whoa. Yeah. Look, and Lamar Jackson didn't go ahead of all of these wonderful people as well
Yeah.
that are now no longer in the league. So just responding to a message here. Yeah, I gotta say, I don't know. If we can find some really slow wide receivers and tight ends that can catch the ball 15 yards downfield, we'll be good.
That would
Juxtaposed.
be lovely.
Yeah, I'm so sick with just
If we could find a coach who knew how to coach a game in the last 5 minutes of a game, we'd be amazing.
set for life.
This guy does not know how to use timeouts.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We had more time than the Kansas City Chiefs did. They had 13 seconds and they scored. I don't get how we
I
don't score that.
honestly,
Oh,
and considering the drives that they were all just methodical, got the ball down the field all the way
didn't
until that
score.
last. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was watching it as well. You had so many yards of offense, and
I'm just mad we lost to Jimmy Garoppolo.
yeah, well, that
He is
keeps him
such
in the league,
a bad quarterback, but he wins games. And that's all you have to say.
right?
If you win games,
You stay in the league.
you stay in the league.
Yeah,
You can be.
and that's how he's been injured 40 million times, roughly.
Hmm.
Dated a porn star.
I feel like you wouldn't even want him as.
No, I don't want him in New England. There's no.
Yeah.
I mean, is he better than Mac Jones? Who
No.
knows? The jury is still out on Mac Jones for me. He's absolutely average.
Average. But for your first year, he did
He
everything
did
you
well.
kind of wanted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did exactly what he was
He didn't
asked.
overstep his bounds. Like he knew what he had to do, did it, and
Yeah,
that's what I rate about him. I was like, yo.
a very Brady-esque first year in the league, to be
Hmm.
honest.
Hmm. But then you realize how good Brady was to in his first year take his team to the Super Bowl and win it.
Well, and against the Rams as well back then, the greatest show on turf,
Greatest show on turf.
and that was a good team.
That was a good team. That was a very good
And,
team.
who was the running back then? I actually saw that guy when I was in LA. The legendary running back.
How'd you move that?
Yeah, I'm not sure how to get in here. I think the door to it is on the other side, and it's locked by one of these weird locks. And now there's no way for me to get back up. So, hmm, hmm, hmm. All right. Yeah, it's killing me how many times I could have leveled up by now. If I hadn't just thrown myself off of the side of cliffs.
But how would you have learned?
Exactly. How would I have learned? Now, you see, if we were listening to my 10th grade math teacher, there'd be two statements wrong with that. One would be, did I learn anything in the first place?
Answer would be no.
Of course not. No,
I could tell
man.
you.
I went back to do the pre-college stuff to just kind of get some upgraded courses and see if I still knew what I was talking about. I will be damned if I didn't slap through my course and got something like 700 or 800 on my tests, proving my point exactly that I can do math. That teacher was just crap. Give me one quick second. I'll be back.
That's usually what it is, though.
Oh, for sure. It's all in who teaches you. Interesting. Okay, so in Serbia, Srebrenica, there was a Dutch commander who led the troops there, and there were people who
Okay.
came running in, refugees, so getting killed out in the streets, and they came running to the gates, and they were like, "Let us in, let us in, let us in." At that point, the Dutch commander decided that it was a better job for him to run away, so he ran away along with his guard. The order never came to open the gate, and all of the refugees killed outside. That's the
Ah.
kind of thing that's fresh in the mind of Eastern European people. The massacre at Srebrenica and how the UN did them dirty. I wouldn't accept help from. I wouldn't accept help from outside forces. I'm staying there and I'm going down with the ship if I'm the leader.
Especially if it's like they're so far away, like the States, like that's too far away. Like if it was like Britain, okay, because like that's
Hmm.
like a train ride away.
Hmm.
The States, that's a
It's a long way, yeah. And plus, what then he's stationed on what ostensibly is probably going to be an American Air Force base in Germany, and then you're just looking at an entire repeat of what happened post World War II. You know, I, yeah, you couldn't pay me enough to leave my country behind in a time of need, but we find ourselves in a
in a
interesting crossroads.
we're in a very secure country right now.
Yeah,
Oh, I would
well,
say that. Take that back. I take that back.
until yeah, Russian spy planes were shot down over the Northwest Passage 3 years ago, along with U.S. submarines that have been inside that passage of water because they're waiting for it to open up. After the purchase of Alaska, I think they believe that it might belong to them. But yeah,
Yeah, like
there's.
I feel like that's also because like the way maps were drawn,
Mhm.
it seems like Russia's really far away,
Yeah,
but Russia's
it's
just right
not.
next to Alaska, which is
Yeah, it's the.
right there.
You know what the furthest north town in Alaska is called? Warning.
Russia. Warning.
Honestly, it could have got it either. But yeah, Warning is the furthest place in northern Alaska. I think Nome, Alaska is also pretty far out there. But um, yeah, Warning is literally exactly that. It's just forewarning of an impending invasion. All right, where are we now?
The other faction chests, guys.
Does not open from this side. So apparently, if you can leave messages for other players on the ground, and they'll be able to read them. And usually, it's helpful hints. Sometimes people convincing you to jump off of a hole of no return.
Mm. I do that
But
once in a while.
oh yeah,
Not all the time, but like just once in a while. Just like something over the edge gives you a perk.
yeah.
Just
Well, that
letting
was
people
the
jump off.
oh, so many. But then people apparently every time
Oh,
somebody comes back to either praise or scorn your message, you get healed in your game. So I saw someone saying, "Oh yeah, I've managed to make a bunch of inappropriate comments with my post that I left on the ground, and everybody keeps liking the message. So as a result, I'm running through my world with no issues. I'm getting healed every 5 seconds." And I never got into it, but considering I'm getting my ass handed to me here, it might be useful. Come on.
no, I don't want Ancelotti. I don't want him. God, I want Ten Hag.
What are you playing now? Are you still on the old Destiny?
Oh yeah, at least for now. I don't. gosh. Okay, okay. We're gonna do this lost sector. Can we hit our level cap, eh?
You're a pretty serious Destiny player.
I thought it was. And then I'm seeing people like level 100 already, and I'm just like, this game's been out for like 2 weeks.
Damn.
Or at least the updated part. And I'm just like, wow, that's a true fan right there.
That is a serious fan, yeah.
That's
I remember. Did you ever get into, back in the day, what was it, World of Warcraft?
World of Warcraft? No.
Yeah. No, that was a time suck and a half. I didn't get into it because, you see, that required something I didn't have. A computer that was, you know,
accessible
efficient.
Only to you.
Yeah.
Because you need to be sat down at that computer for hours.
Hours. Hours. My friend had mates all over the UK. He would raid with until 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'd like I'd drop by and see him on the weekend, and he'd be like, "Oh yeah, good to see you. Thank you. You can help keep me up because I have to be up until 4 o'clock in the morning because I need to get this item."
Just so you can raid with people.
Yeah, and he had people all over the UK, the States. He had a friend in Philadelphia, and you know, I totally understand why. Having been to Philadelphia now, I'd be playing online games too.
Well, yeah. It really sucks.
Yeah.
Not just in football. You just suck.
Yeah.
Hate that team.
It's the favorite thing to do is riot and
oh. Make me remember football season even more.
Well, who do we have here? Tarnished, are you? Clearly not one of Goderick's lot.
No.
I am Nepheli Lou. Tarnished and warrior, like you.
Oh, interesting. She is the same class as I was.
How utterly repellent this is. This grafting of Goderick's ill befits a lord. He's tainted the very winds. If you intend to challenge Goderick, I ask you call upon me. The winds run foul with his deeds. I'm certain father would permit me aid the fight.
Okay.
Apologies, as fellow tarnished down whatever road takes. Apologies, as fellow tarnished down whatever road takes us to the.
Okay, excellent. Brilliant. Need that to enhance my healing. Okay, so it looks like I've reached the boss, I think, for this area. Go on with you.
Okay. Ow.
Yeah, apparently I just have a punch off and fighting huge things.
And it's like not even like they're all bosses. They're just like.
Oh no, these are just the mid tier.
God.
There are two of these things. I think we saw them yesterday. They were dragging that big chariot around. Oh, I've got friends now. I can.
How many times you die in this level, boys? You're finishing it.
Yep. Okay. The other option is to just chase it past him and go for the boss. What's it?
I'm going to murder every single one of you. Oh, there you were. I was looking for you. Down he goes.
Buonasera.
Buonasera.
What a good day. Man, I'm beginning to think I should reach out to Goderick for a sponsorship deal. I spend every minute of every day with this machine. Have you tried one of these Goderick coffee machines?
The Keurigs?
Yeah.
I have not. Oh yeah, I did. Back in university, I had one. They're just perfect.
They're amazing. This is hands down since man the best pickup we have made. I used to buy what's that?
Excuse me.
I used to buy.
Sorry.
No worries, you're good. I have a hernia in my head. I got a ton of. Oh, that's interesting. New Asher Wall. Yeah. Let's see. Grace. Okay, so that's the other entrance. Oh, that's the back entrance to where I got my ass handed to me a second ago. That's what I love about these games, man. I always end up kicking myself later because I'll go through all of the trouble. I'll fight my way through the main area because I think it's a side entrance, and then I'll find the way you're actually supposed to go.
But by that point, you're just like, well, I did it anyway.
Yeah, like I've already killed everyone now. Nothing to show for it because I died and then lost all my souls.
Oh, if you die before you save, you just lose.
Oh, if you die before you... So when you die, all of your currency, so what you use for leveling up, what you use for paying for items and all the rest of it, is dropped on the ground. So you have to run back to that spot. Yeah,
Pick
and
it
when
up.
when those birds are bearing down on you, scumbags.
How could they?
How could they? How could they do me like that, Mo?
Oh.
Okay, there's a nice... Oh! You guys weren't here a second ago. So, if I'm right, I think you can kill these things to get more of that cracked pot M, and then you need them for crafting all your explosives later on. They're not... Oh, what the...
Trolls.
Okay, so we don't do a ton of damage. Man. The words "you died" are going to be emblazoned on my eyeballs by the time I'm done this game.
Okay. What the heck's going on?
Done. Okay. Excellent. Raw meat dumpling. That's a horrible description for... Excellent. Alright, well, let's go and have a go at this boss.
That's like, what's the worst that can happen? You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
No, they may just pick you up and toss you down, but it's the effort.
Fire. No, 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 no. Screw that. We're going for it.
There you go. That's one. There's my machine.
And a bow for you, my friend. Let's get this. Oh. Here
Make sure to
comes the
save, eh?
cutscene. Yeah.
Just want to make sure, you know?
Thank you for the warning.
You're about to go through
Oh, that's the other thing. If you go into a boss fight, it sticks you on the other side of a door. So in order to get your souls back, you have to go back and fight him again.
No.
And win.
No, thank you.
Yeah. That's a lot of arms.
I command thee. I am the Lord of all that is golden.
Reminds me of Asura from Asura's Wrath. Oh, yeah, no, this guy's way too strong.
You're with the fam though.
Yeah, that is true.
Are these
That's
other
why,
players?
except
Or
for a
just...
miracle. Oh, that was. So that's an NPC that I just met a second ago.
It's even better that it's an NPC.
Yeah.
Oh, and is the person in the light another player?
Oh, that ghost that I summoned with. Damn. Okay.
Damn.
So.
Reset.
Yeah, reset. Run it back.
I mean, the first time you face a boss, you're just like, you never know what the moves are. You never know where you're supposed to
Yeah,
sneak up on them.
Man, the one I beat earlier on today was I tried playing it the other day and could not get a foothold. Let's see, Storm. Okay. Let's. Okay.
It is. Ooh. Swap it up. This one. Okay.
Wow. He
Oh
just
my
cut his
gosh.
own arm off.
Oh, he's ready. He's ready for the fight.
Oh no.
He knows.
Oh, you know what comes next, don't you? He's gonna grow a bone out of that.
Truest of dragons. Lend me thy strength.
Hopefully it's an ability.
Pleasant. Oh no. Instead he got a dragon arm. Wonderful.
Oh! Oh my gosh! That's 10 times worse.
Yeah, 10 times worse. I thought he was going to get a bone sword. No. Man, if I had that kind of power. Remember what I was saying earlier about he's just going to Frankenstein all the pieces of football players together.
Just become the ultimate player right there.
He's got Von Miller's legs.
I was happy for Odell.
Yeah. He's... What happened? Traded?
Hmm?
What happened with Odell? Can be traded?
No, I was just happy he won it.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, shit. I completely forget that he's... I need to keep track with where everybody who I used to watch is playing now. Ay, ay. Oh. Wow.
Wow, you almost got it.
25%. Almost got it, yeah. So every time you summon someone to help you, like the one I hit here, it gives them another 50% health. So I'm wondering.
If you go in by
it's worth
yourself,
it.
what happens?
Yeah, like these ones, the ghosts that I summon don't count towards his health. But... Wow. Interesting. Okay, so I can take out 25% of his health roughly just by running in at him. Man, way too much thought goes into this.
More than you would think, you know? Like, you're just like...
Yeah. Well, this is why I used the original, I tried to use like the original Dark Souls title for my... I just finished writing a 2-week recovery plan for addiction using video game therapy to sort of build social currency for people. Oh shit. Okay. Use that special ability and now I cannot summon. But yeah, no, it was.
Okay, well, what's the premise? What's the premise behind
It's
the, like?
it's based around facing an external struggle that you cannot complete while being passively involved with your life. So doing this requires, again, you know me, I can talk through anything, but doing this robs me of my ability to like focus actively on something else. You have to use 100% of your brain to interact with what you're doing, and it's difficult. So through adversity, if you're asking people questions and you're asking people, and basically you're trying to give them therapy at the same time as they're doing this, it drives them far more quickly to a breaking point and allows them to be far more open with you as well. If you're focused on something else, you can talk freely and your brain will generally carry you through the end of the conversation. It'll be able to let you know how you're feeling. You'll open up more. And as you open up about this, then after about a week of solo therapy, you go back into group therapy. And then instead of talking about shit that actually bothers you as a human being, all we're going to do is like, well, okay, I see 6 of you chose a great sword, 6 of you chose a hammer, 6 of you chose like tiny little stabbing things. Why did you do that? Like, how did you find the first half of this game? Like, the bosses are a real pain in the ass, aren't they? None of you want to really be doing this, I understand. And what you'll find is, as you present someone with something they're all angry about, they can all talk about, you move then from, okay, so if you guys can talk about the difficulty you've had playing this title, this game, this, that, why can't you talk about what's going on in your everyday lives? Like every single one of you is in this room for the same thing. You know, so let's try talking about that. You pair people off that have good relationships. Towards the end of therapy, go back into group therapy, you see that the relationships people have been able to build with other people that weren't based around derogatory values in your life. So from there, you've also already built a community of people who will help each other stay sober, stay clean afterwards, and will continue to play video games with one another because you've presented them with not necessarily a new addiction, but something that's replaced the addiction in their life. So for now, they'll be able, at least, instead of reaching for that, you kind of move it towards doing something productive, you know. And Dark Souls is a great example because of the 200 million people that buy it, maybe 20 million people actually finish it. So proving, once again, you know, a lot of people use to get out of their life. They don't feel like they've accomplished anything. They're not proud of themselves. They don't like looking at themselves. So if you give them an accomplishment and be like, well, you're better than, you know, you're in the top 10% of people for this. Now go talk about this with other people. It gives you a sense of pride. You've built a sense of community. You've got people who can now rely on one another. You're building, but it's all about building social currency and bringing people back to normality in some sort of way. And these titles are excellent for doing that. You know, for me, this sobriety thing, I was facing a boss who I could not beat while I was still pissed. Like, it's physically impossible. So, I mean, I sat there for 3 months, and then I kind of clicked and was like, man, maybe perchance it's not me that's the problem here. But, yeah, no, it's good stuff. It's hopefully useful. I did it because it was hopefully a job on the line, a recovery center, but I had to be in college or pursuing college, so
to get into that program.
Yeah, or I had to prove that I was going back to college to be able to do that. So it was, but yeah, no, it was actually just a workplace downtown, at a recovery center. It was right up my alley, so.
Well, that's really sweet.
Thank you. So I figure, you know, I've got 10,000 hours playing video games. I've got more than that. Spent in recovery, I might as well be able to see if I can combine the two together. Yeah, I was reading about this guy who talked about using video game therapy and how it allowed him to connect with one of his patients a lot better. It was he was playing a racing game with him. He used to play with his dad before he passed away, and it helped him kind of ground himself and open up a little
Allowed him
bit
to
more.
understand, not understand the death, but come to terms with it better.
Like he was saying, this is something I used to play with my dad before he passed away, and he passed away young, so I didn't really get a chance to fulfill that whole relationship that you require to a close with him. And it brings warm memories back here, but I was ended up addicted to whatever, but it allows him to open up, and eventually he got like much better. But
The beginning was
apparently,
tough.
yeah, and he couldn't really get him to open up, so he wanted to try and meet him halfway, which is what my whole bag and therapy is really about. Like, I will go and meet whoever, wherever they are in their life. Like, I've seen enough horrible things to be able to reach that point. Like, I understand, right? Like, I will meet you halfway, wherever you are, and drag your ass back across that line. But you have to be willing to change and meet me there. I can't help you if you're just gonna
Push me away.
exactly. And that's like I'm at a point now where I'm more than willing to help people, and I'm more than willing to go the distance to save people from themselves. But it's in, are you gonna meet me halfway? Are you gonna stick with it? I don't mind going and being an addictions recovery specialist and treating you 5 times. If the 5th time it's gonna make a difference. But I'm also acutely aware of the difficulties that come specifically with that kind of therapy. Still, I got a lot of faith in people, and that can be challenged. You know.
Oh yeah. Sometimes people just aren't ready to do that yet.
Oh yeah, no, and I think as well, that's what Euphoria has put. Like, people give Zendaya a lot of crap for the character she portrays in Euphoria and how it sort of glamorizes addiction, but I don't think it does at all. I think it does a really good job of showing you quite how damaged addicts are and the lengths that they will go to seek something that makes them feel alive.
It's also,
There you go.
Here comes Dragon Arm.
Yep.
Oh, and it shoots fire.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know
across the
arms could do
entire
that.
arena. I think it might be one of those new functional arms. Yeah, one of those Metal Gear Solid 5 rocket punch arms. Oh, your unstoppable combo attack. Oh, I've got this guy right where I want him. Right where I want him.
Save him out. Save percentage, Joe. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
And
that's
that's what
without
pissed me off about that game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, believe me, there is no
Getting
greater
that
rage.
low and then he just swings his massive hammer, and
Man,
there goes the last 3
I'll post my first 12 hours to YouTube. The first boss of this game, the first real boss. You fight a couple of mid bosses, but the first real boss is called Margit. I got it down to you can't even see the red line on the HP bar. And I thought I was done with the fight, so I just kind of, it's like reloading before you finish that kill in Warzone, and then it just comes back and smacks you to death. Yeah, it was embarrassing. Pride before a fall.
One second.
No worries. Alright, give me a second. Just gonna pause for a moment. Kieri McKillers and welcome to Wanderers. How are we all doing? Excellent. Alright, so we just met Nephili Lou a moment ago. She's not best keen on Goderick here. So let's try bringing her back in. See if she can take some of the heat off. Along with these guys. Alright, clan, let's get stuck in. Okay, so we can stand strong and block through the winds. Oof. Okay. Fair dues. There we go. Get your backstabs in. Okay, we'll skip through this one because we've seen him screwed in the sky before. We know what's next. Yeah, underneath it. Okay. So I think what we're likely looking at here is forcing our way through, rolling towards him to get underneath his heavy attacks. It's pretty common in these Dark Souls games. Is that low, long, overarching swing.
All times I think about you.
Sing it. You're my bard, keeping the party
Going.
Oh, man. So, do you know what's crazy? I was looking up copyright law the other day. Apparently, as long as you only perform a song live, so we can sing a song live on here, but we cannot record that song for future use.
Okay. Now make sure you keep that up.
Yeah, I'll just have to mute the parts where I try a little tenderness. Because I need something to make this easier to bear, I'm telling you right now. Alright. Damn. That warrior's really taking the hits.
See. What the heck is it? There it is. Oh.
Woo. You thought.
Oh,
You thought.
Oh, you got potions. Okay, I was about to say, like, I can't believe.
Yeah. Oh, a ton of potions. Oh. Damn it, just too late. Heal. Leg it. Oh my. Okay. Let's try something different. Summon. We'll go in. So, nice part about this is you can also, depending on how you hold your weapon, you get different attacks. So if you grab it with both hands, you can just sort of chunk damage into the enemy. Damn it.
Okay. Sorry guys, it's not COVID, it's just no.
Man.
I took a rapid test today, guys, and it was negative. Don't worry.
Excellent. Don't worry. You've got me terrified, my friend. Man, I tell you, this past couple of years, almost been enough to make one quit smoking. The old smoker's cough, giving everyone the fear of God.
Oh yeah. Everyone just freaked out. I'm like, no, I just smoked. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Yeah, like it just terrifies people because you know you got red eyes when you do it.
Yep.
You're coughing a little.
Breathing a little janky. Oh, rolled into it. It's a fancy little bike you've got going on there, lad.
Nice little hovercraft, you know?
Yeah. So I'll go get me one of them. It's when you still flow rider riding the Tron bike.
You guys got a horse that disappears and reappears.
That's true. That is true. That is true.
Like,
that's not much
when
of
I
a
first saw it, I was
comparison.
like, where did that horse come from?
Man, and it can double jump. You can't double jump, but the horse can double jump.
That totally makes sense, you know?
Yeah. It's when you think that they must have added it later, because all of the areas that I've managed to get to so far, like, through game breaking and just running at the wall. I think this guy has one of those shackles that I saw earlier as well. Oh yeah, that's what we're waiting for.
Oh, you should not make that.
Okay. Yeah, we got him this time. That area of effect attack.
the way they get you. The way they get you.
Man, there's something in the frustration in these games that just it's kind of addictive.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's where they get you.
It's great. Okay.
Get down there. Go. See what's going on here. Definitely need. Yeah, just take a quick mental break from running to your death every time.
Yeah, man. It does more than you think. Just quick 5 second turnaround. Plus, I've got enough keys for this thing up here, I think, which is going to take me somewhere even worse. But hey, this is what I think these Bloodborne Dark Souls players call a good time. Damn it, I need to. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's go do some exploring.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Butterfly.
Just caught up that magical steed.
When it was introduced, is it introduced as a magical steed, or is it just introduced as like a horse?
It's
And then you're just
kind of bizarre. So if you don't speak to one of these early characters, so they encourage you to try and talk to everybody and explore what the world has to offer. So if you don't go to one of the first locations, like I didn't actually end up going there until later. Oh damn it! I want to talk to this guy. But if you don't talk to her, she never gives you the horse, and you don't get the summoning item either. So you can't summon any friends. But she goes, oh, she says something about how the horse chooses you, and it's a ghost or a summoned spirit. I don't know. Basically along those lines, like you're a ghost whisperer.
It's dead.
Yeah.
So it's dead already.
Yes, there's something like everything that you summon, you have its ashes, and as a result, you can sort of bring it back. But yeah, it's dead, long dead. Okay, right. Now let's go see what this sad guy wants to see.
I cannot give you your proper rights. Unknown is deep. I hunt down those who live in death and weed their death root. Heed my warning. The village here has been touched by death. And worse yet, it is home to a mariner. If you value your life, then go no further. The village here turn back. The village turn back.
Turn back? Yeah, that sounds exactly like something I'm gonna do, lad, isn't it? You just told me that there's a chance that there's something shiny over there in them hills. Don't go there.
Like
it's dangerous.
You know I'm gonna go.
Okay,
I'm about to go over there.
First thing I'm gonna do.
Oh. Wait. Let's try this again.
Yeah, you're right, man. There is nothing here. You could have just told me there was nothing of any value, and I would have just gone on by. I'm ruled by the fine principles of loot in this game.
They forgot what this game is meant to do.
Exactly. Where are the shiny things, man? Oh,
Come on.
I gotta say, I like the way it looks. The Destiny 2. It's got a very similar feeling to that Dark Souls kind of architecture.
The way they really went all the way in on the look of it. That's what you guys need to do. Oh, that's what they need to do, eh?
Yeah.
Uh,
Luckily, I've already killed one of these things, so I know they're not too tough. You just have to watch out. He spawns in a lot of friends, so if you got to stay out of the way of them, then you're good. He's gonna run away in a second.
Guy is in a boat.
Oh yeah, and you think it only goes on the water until he respawns about half a mile away for his last phase of the fight.
That's how they get you. Okay. I already did this lost sector. This lost sector is easy. It should be.
Done. Now we go back and report to our friend Garbanzo. And that,
Where does it show?
oh, there he is. Wow. He showed up real quick.
And I heard like people move around. So they're
Yeah.
never in the same spot, and that would
Yeah, and the unfortunate part is you usually... Usually you go to the wiki. Almost at the wiki. You go to Chewbacca and he just sort of yells at you. You go to the wiki to find out where the people move to, but at this point in the game, nobody knows where anything is, and it's all user-made wikis. So Dark Souls 1, everyone loved, thought it was excellent, so it has a great wiki. Dark Souls 2 is, according to people, terrible, so it has a terrible wiki because no one played it.
Well, I feel like this is gonna have a fantastic wiki.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's. Well, at least for the first couple levels, you know, the first couple levels is gonna be like, everyone's gonna be like, oh, so this is how you do it. This is how you do it. And near the end, it's gonna dwindle down just a bit.
Yeah. What else? I think as people fall off the game, yeah, there's a boss. I haven't found. Usually, there's a boss that stops everyone in the last game in Sekiro. That it's your adopted father, and he's a scumbag. Like, I thought the earlier boss was bad, shooting you every time you try to heal. This guy has He'll launch himself across the entire arena, hit you, disappear into the sky, and it'll be anywhere between 1 and 5 seconds. You just kind of have to wait while he buggers about in the sky.
And you're just like, God damn it.
Exactly.
Kill me already.
Yeah, like, man, we all know how this is going to end. The same way it ended the last 50 times. Just come and get this over with.
I'm good with dying to you right now. Ooh,
Yeah.
These are nice helms. Hey.
I have a feeling that this guy here is a problem. Yeah, so these skeleton enemies as well, they'll reform themselves unless you beat their bones when they're on the ground. But again, so counterintuitive, you wouldn't think to do it unless you've played one of these weird types before. Yeah. Hiding place?
Holy smoke.
That's one firefight you've gotten yourself into. It does look a lot like Halo with the Covenant weapons, firing the purple beams.
Near the end. Yeah. And always the end.
Okay, let's get the
What
horse
is it,
back out.
like PlayStation, they buy Bungie and they just don't even have Halo to buy from? Like, what are they doing?
Yeah, you have to imagine it was a petty move. It seemed like a super petty move at the time.
Oh,
Like they could
super petty.
They could have bought anyone else really, and business-wise, it made no sense to buy Bungie.
Yeah, there's no real, like, maybe, I think Destiny's still on it.
Yeah,
Like, that's the only, like, game you can really, and they're not gonna make Destiny only for PlayStation, 'cause that just takes way too much money.
yeah. Well, for me, it's been like I've been watching this back and forth over the last couple of weeks, and what it seems, as we move towards sort of a new era of gaming, right? PlayStation have realized that people are queuing up in droves to buy the PlayStation 5, which they can't even get a hold of. So it doesn't matter if they buy any new games now, later. They can just wait it out until the PlayStation 5 is available everywhere. And at that point, they'll go,
Yeah, because the holy,
that's what
I
I'm
think
saying.
the Xbox sales were terrible. I remember looking at them, and it was like, I think it was almost like 2-1.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And well, you have to. When you play on the PS5, the PS5 is an experience. Playing on the PlayStation is you play a game, like you play a video game. Playing on the PS5, the haptic feedback, the locking controls when you play Call of Duty Online, that is dependent on when you can actually shoot your gun in the game. You know, you play a PlayStation 5 experience, and that's why I'm excited to see what they do with the VR. But
Yeah, I went to go get a VR when I got my PS5, and the guy's like, "Okay, it's gonna be $400, and then it's a $50 adapter," and I'm like, "I'm just gonna wait."
yeah, well, the new headset just came out, and apparently it has grooves so that your skin can breathe, so you don't sweat when you're playing an intense VR game. It looks pretty cool, but I don't know. I think I'm holding off on VR for now, but I think it's interesting to see.
Until it becomes more accessible.
Hmm.
Because it's
Hmm.
like one day it's as soon as like the metaverse kind of becomes more the
Yeah.
forefront, this is going to be like the VR is going to be so simple to get. So
Hmm. Well, I think for me the kicker right now is that Sony aren't worried because they are
not at all.
outselling. You know that people forget that there's no the days of finality, 100% win loss is over. PlayStation have a massive market share, and they've been able to sit there atop that steep because they've done it for the most part on not on the cheap, but with clever spending. So they've waited out the pandemic, they've waited out everything else, and the pandemic, what it's done is essentially nix and prove that huge game studios may not necessarily be better. Like you're
Hmm.
looking at a lot of games that have a bleeding effect into other games now. So I'm playing this game. It
I
feels
think it
like,
started with Fortnite. To be honest, it was just like
yeah, yeah. Well, Fortnite won their case about against whoever, and basically allowed what it allowed for them is to use portions of other people's games in their game, and it's pretty impressive. I mean, what?
yeah, like every time a new game comes out, they just release a skin for that game,
Hmm.
and Bob's your uncle.
Yeah. Well,
It helps the game just
and it's
because.
also blended. You know, it's done what Rockstar have created a music studio now that creates music. It's an actual music studio. It's not just for games. It's an honest to God. It's blurring the line between pop culture, reality, film, and video games, and it's a very cool thing to see. But in the wake of the metaverse, it's going to make you wonder. It makes you wonder as to what extent we're going to see everything bleed into one another.
Hmm.
Like seeing my favorite characters in Warzone, you know, Sly Stallone as Rambo. Not my favorite character, but seeing, you know, you got a bunch of you bastard. Yeah, no, I think seeing them pop up in other games is fantastic. I mean, Fortnite did an excellent job of blending reality and video games. I mean, you saw the Ariana Grande concert, the Travis Scott concert there.
Hmm.
Uh, it's it's pushing towards that sort of metaverse level reality change, and I don't know. I'm interested in seeing where they take it because
Okay, I'm about
with
to
the
about to add this guy to the party.
yeah, no worries.
I want you to. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna talk about Kurt Warner,
Kurt Warner.
and
Okay.
I want you to say he's a Hall of Famer.
Okay. All right.
Like he's a definite Hall of
First
Famer.
ballot. First ballot.
First
Should have been a
ballot.
first ballot.
Should not have been a first ballot. But yeah, the blend is getting crazy now.
Like we're watching studios ostensibly create the exact same game, and that for me is what PlayStation right now is pinning its hat on. You know, they haven't gone out and bought studios because the old studios are dying out. Looking at when was the last time that we saw a crazy 10 out of 10, 100% IGN game out of Bethesda? You know, Starfield's coming out later this year. If Starfield doesn't sell well, Bethesda's next, and then they paid $7 billion for a company that isn't worth jack diddly squat. You know, if there's nothing unique about the next Bethesda release or the next major release out of the studios for the Xbox, they've lost their competitive advantage by buying all these studios.
Hmm.
So we
Like
gone.
like especially with like like Xbox, the only good thing they really have is that their whole all their games are playable
Hmm.
on the Xbox.
Hmm.
But I'm not buying a new system so I can play
Backwards
100.
compatible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Well, it's
especially like with you, like you're someone who has like all the
a
old
ton.
Xboxes so that you can play all these games,
Yeah.
and then they're just going to do it on their own. I'll just be like,
Well,
I,
that was kind of the conversation we had going into this. It's one off one wanted a PS5, and I could not understand it for the life of me. I was like, the Xbox Series X is going to be the console. Like that's the be all and end all. It's going to be the cinematic level. I could only imagine playing Mass Effect with a processor that could put 1,200 people on the Citadel, and each of them to have a unique personality, like the immersiveness of it and the cinema scaling of the quality of the video. And then I played. Uh, I've got a Series S now. I'm gonna have a Series S soon after I trade in my Xbox One, but we've got one there.
like
And
that's just the Xbox One, right? Not the Xbox One X.
yeah, no, just the regular Xbox One. And the jump
Mm.
from that to the S was immense. And I'm thinking now, like, Game Pass is the best deal in gaming, and that's why I've kept my Xbox for so long. But playing on the PS5 is truly a next generation experience. Like, they put more thought into the controllers, into how you feel and interact with the game. It's
Yeah, yeah,
interesting,
yeah.
definitely different.
Like for me, it was like when I played the new Spider-Man game.
Yeah,
Like that was like the first game I played when I got my PS5, and like as soon as like I hit the trigger, and the controller started,
yep,
I was like, what am I supposed to like? How am I supposed to go back? I like I
yeah. You can't, and it goes from side to side as well. Like it's not just it jumps in your hand. Like you feel the haptic feedback from whichever side you're getting hit from, you're swinging from, you're punching from. Yeah, it's an experience, right? Like it's everything feels special.
yeah.
There we go.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work on for Destiny. That's unfortunate. I would love it to.
Oh yeah. Well, man, I have to say, it's been a long time since I've questioned whether or not I'd rather have, an
Yeah.
Xbox or a PlayStation. And this has put the serious questions in my brain.
And what really shut down the conversation was uh, the release games for me.
Hmm.
Like, how are you coming out with a new system
And
and all
Halo
the games
Infinite
that you
didn't even come
wanted
out.
didn't come out till this year or
Yep.
last year, late last year? And I'm like, that's a whole year of people going to a friend's house or not really going to a friend's house, but seeing their friends play PS5 and just
Yeah,
getting immersed in all these new games.
Mars Morales was a huge one. I mean, screw this. Let's get off those.
Uh, Miles Morales was a good game. I just feel it's a game where they wanted you to have not played the first one too. So it's like you're
Mm,
just going like I
straight
did
into that
Miles
one.
Morales. I did the first one. Got 100% on the game first, and then went to Miles Morales. I was like,
Yeah.
they won't get me. They're not gonna get me.
I'm gonna do everything I need to do. Uh, yeah, I'd say that was kind of where, you're right. The conversation kind of got shut down for me with that, and kind of what I was getting at with the market share thing is they really don't have anything to be worried about. All they really need to do is outlast these old, or what's now considered old studios that are repeating ideas and basically just taking each other's ideas, refining them, and making them new for a new game.
Hmm.
That what kind of threw me for a loop was seeing what's basically tower defense mechanics or base building mechanics in a Fallout game. And it was good, don't get me wrong, in Fallout 4, but
it's not what you're expecting out of Fallout 4.
Exactly. I know it was nice how they explained it away with, the Commonwealth Minutemen, but even then, if you didn't do the opening quest that had the Minutemen, or you decided that you didn't want Preston Garvey telling you another settlement needs your help, actually I got my revenge in that. If you add the DLC, you can go back and raid all your own settlements. But yeah, and even then, you only really need the Minutemen for one sneaky secret ending at the end of it. Like,
Fallout disappointed a lot of people.
yeah. Well, 76. I actually thought 76 wasn't as bad a game as people thought.
I think 76 was better than Fallout. Was better accepted than Fallout 4. I think Fallout 4 was just like everyone expected. Like after Fallout 76, they're like, okay, I want this, this, and that, and they're like, well,
yeah,
we're gonna give you this, this, and that. How do you feel? No.
Yeah, we're gonna finally give you multiplayer. Except none of the AI works.
You're just like, oh my gosh, just give me the beginning of the game.
Yeah, just I'll wait 4 years for you to add NPCs back to this game because you could have figured that one out. But all right. I will say one thing. There are about 1 million different status effects that can go wrong with you in this game, and maybe 3 that can go right. Oh man, I've almost got enough for a level up.
What level is your guy?
I'm not sure. I don't think I'm too high actually. I think most people are getting towards 60 now. I think I'm about 30. But
60.
Yeah, you level up. The leveling up is so bizarre. Like it's sort of like exponentially more expensive every time. So it starts at about 1,000, and right now I must have leveled. Let's see, 28. Yeah, 28. So I must have leveled probably 19 times. But now it's costing me about 5,200 to level up every time. So, and it gets progressively more until you only really level up after the bosses.
And not like the big bosses, not even like the
Like the top bosses, yeah, not even the mid-level ones. I've been trying to increase my equipment load so I can. Oh yeah, I got an octopus hat. There you go.
Where is this now? Okay. Oh, I see it. You're up here. You.
Oh, crap. Run. Alright, alright, alright. You driving that Starfox ship anywhere there, Malcolm?
Yeah, give me a second.
Yeah, yeah.
Get some food quick.
That's my Star Fox ship right there. Flying everywhere in the solar system. Okay, we only have 10? Holy. Oh, nice. Not what we wanted. Not what we wanted. Else. Anywhere else but boots.
What?
What?
I don't know. I just come up on this creature here who looks
Oh my
like
God.
the alien from Alien.
That's the
Had-
Scooby thing. But, oh, not too hard though.
No, yes. Interesting. Let's go down and have a gander. It's a little dark. Ugh. They do horrible, creepy things in this game very well.
These are only. This is crazy. Okay, load up. Collect that. Collect that. Delete that. This.
Aye. Yeah, that's grim. Putting on the old new equipment there, Malcolm? Trying out new swanky things?
Trying with the guns in the background.
I was watching a funny video the other day, and they said, man, there are a couple of merchants that rip you off in video games, right? That guy there is probably the worst of them. You go out, find all these engrams, and then he's like, oh yeah, no, that ain't worth jack. He's the only person in the future with a working copy of WinZip. And that's how he's made all his money.
He's essentially the EB Games worker. Just being like, oh
No, that's not worth it.
Oh no, that's not worth anything.
That's not worth anything.
Go at $2.99.
But if you trade foreign, we'll give you a couple more. Yeah, there's a character they wrote in for Mass Effect, just specifically taking the mick out of EB Games and their trading policy.
Yeah, he's brutal.
Yeah, he's sitting on the second floor of the Citadel, and he's like, oh, I miss the days when you used to be able to trade in your titles for about 16 cents on the dollar.
Okay, let's see if we can do this fight. I doubt we can, but
I'm feeling the same way. Okay. Oh, hang on a second. These guys are giving me a lot of souls. I might be able to level up a couple of times here.
a couple of times, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't know how long I spent doing the exact same thing over and over again in the original Dark Souls. There's an area with a painting that you can run through, and it has basically a boss enemy that's a combination of 12 different enemies. And if you kill them all, you get a ton of souls. Ah, you bastard. So I'd run backwards and forwards between this bonfire. I estimate probably 200 times.
Hey, you're leveling up. It's all worth it.
Yeah, this is also during that 3-month period where I could not beat that boss.
That thing is terrifying. It's like more interactive Guild Wars.
Mm.
That was a good game.
Alright.
Wide range. Wide range.
So when you play Destiny, are you using multiple weapons there, or is that AR that you've been using mostly just your go-to?
I have multiple weapons. Yeah. Because what's right now? I think I'm using a scout rifle right now. And, it shoots one at a time. I have a couple ARs that I do like using. But like the way it works is like you can only have one gold weapon equipped at a time.
Right.
So like I try and figure out like what the area I'm going to, like what
it's gonna need, yeah.
Yeah, what they're gonna be weak against, and then go balls to the wall.
Yeah, my issue is the SMG obsession for any mission. Doesn't matter if it's a sniper mission. I need something that's going to fit as many shots as possible at the opposition. Yeah, I actually blame Black Ops for that. They're like AK-74U.
Dude, that was good. That was elite.
The single greatest. It's no wonder that I only really got into one Call of Duty multiplayer seriously, and that was the one.
I completely understand that one. I haven't played like a Call of Duty really seriously since that one.
Yeah, I mean, I tried the new Modern Warfare. I think I definitely played Warzone with you guys for a while. And
yeah,
like,
Warzone's okay. It's just like it's very. It's always the same game, and it just takes too long to.
Well, it's the same multiplayer experience that you get just on a larger scale, right?
And like it's one of the things where it's like if you don't, if you're into Fortnite at the time, like you're not going to.
No.
You're not going to be into Warzone. It's like one or the other type deal. And
definitely.
Good, relax.
Done.
You guys gonna help me out here?
Yeah, you're totally right. I mean, it was definitely a one or the other type deal for me. It was also they're making another Warzone later on this year. There's like a Warzone 2. To coincide with the release.
They already released like the kind of Warzone 2 that they were doing.
I saw the Pacific one, right?
They really only did it because like the cheaters in that game were getting way too out of control.
Yeah. Well, they introduced a place. They introduced the Barrett 50 cal sniper rifle, and then they introduced a place that could see the entire map with it, and didn't think that anyone was going to abuse it. I mean,
I mean, if I could, I would as well, you know.
My greatest moment, I still think, in any moment of any Warzone game was there was a guy who was standing up there with a sniper rifle. He'd taken a helicopter up there, and he was standing right beside him. So, you know, me, clandestine operations. I threw my own helicopter at him. It blew him up, and he cussed me out with his bright red face clan game attack. And it was a highlight of my day.
It was worth it. It was worth it. It was worth it.
Let's see.
Keep running from me, man. Oh, I finally hit it.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think I may be in an area a little too strong for me.
Slowly.
Oh, and then I've gone and lost my ashes. Alright, guys.
Old one. Okay, what are you gonna give me? Claws of Hakamakara? Oh, that's probably some shit gloves. An additional melee charge. I don't want that. Ooh, that may be useful. Take that back. I'm sorry, guys. One. Okay.
Alright, I think I'm going to call it there for today, my friend. I've been battered, beaten, and bruised by these guys. I'll catch you later.
Yeah.
Time to go and do some cooking. Will do. You too, my friend. Always good to hear from you. And I'll probably be around for streaming later on this week or tomorrow.
Oh yeah, let me
Sure.
know whenever we can get these cross-stream chats going.
Definitely. I've got we are, and I've to throw some stuff on Reddit, TikTok, Instagram, all that sort of stuff, and get the bring the folks in. Anyway, guys, good tip. I'll catch you. Sure.
Catcha.